this was so strange. She said, just leave a note on your refrigerator. You know, for George, just leave a note on your refrigerator.
Meaning?
I don't, just, in other words, he's coming in the house. They're coming in the house. It'll get to George. This is SOP, standard operating procedure. You know, just get used to it, used to being battered, used to being...
Well, she was a worshiper of the security of the position, the money and everything, and just don't rock the boat because this is the way it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And we don't want it any differently.
No.
I mean, they could
If
desire
you have
it
to
more.
divorce your husband, then, you know, that's just the way it is. But it's cold calculating and yet so un-American. So un-American. I mean, I know what Americans like because everybody in my family were, you know, World War II. My brother was a briefer for the SACLANT staff. He went on to be a medical doctor. You know, I mean, this is not, of course, he got out as soon as he could.
Well, you know, people who love this country and love its history, I mean, are just completely confused.
Yeah.
From cab drivers to
Yeah.
bartenders. I mean, nobody can figure out what's going on. Why is it everything goes the wrong direction?
You know what I say? When I started this, it was like maybe a 2,000-piece puzzle. I know enough. It's like a puzzle for a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old with 6 pieces. It's so easy to see. And everybody who talks to me sees it the same way. I'm sort of an interpreter. I kind of give a lot of the wives hope, and the guys too, who are already out and scared, and you know, and they say, "Hey, well, this little woman, she's a real feisty, you know what?" And I don't know whether they're going to kill her, what they're going to do, and they say, "Aren't you afraid?" And I say, "Yes." I mean, I've had death threats, and I mean, it's been hell. But truth and light and what these other women are going through, the hell they're going through, being put through hell because their husbands are cowards and bullies. I mean, people who dress up in black, who hide behind trees, who shoot people from behind, who break into houses and steal their papers. This is in the Constitution. You don't break into someone's home. You don't steal their papers. You don't try to destroy the core that God has given them when they're born. Mothers have sons, and their sons are 18 years old, and they were telling them, join the Marine Corps to be a man? It's not a man. It's not a man who does this. It's a pervert. That's why they're not joining up anymore. That's why they're not signing up. They're having problems with retention because the mothers are finding out. McVeigh's mothers talked. Unabomber's mothers and brothers have talked, you know. Guys like Colonel Ron Ray is talking, who was Timothy, what's his the new boy who refused to wear the UN uniform?
Oh, Michael New.
Michael New?
Yeah.
These are the heroes. Michael New is the MacArthur. Randy Hebert is the future Patton. These are the leaders. These are the Americans, and there are a lot of them. There are hundreds of thousands of them. And just like in the days of Jesus Christ, these modern day Sadducees and Pharisees are saying, oh, we're going to kill Jesus. We're going to get rid of MacArthur. We're going to get rid of Patton. We're going to get rid of New. We're going to get rid of Colonel Sabo, murdered him. We're going to get rid of these guys one by hey, but everyone, this is physics, everyone, like Sue Griggs that's murdered, Sabo who's murdered, the wives who were murdered, Ron Brown, there are 100 people who spring up and say, Now you got me to worry about. This is why these guys have got little places hidden all over the place. They're training all the guys to just say, oh, well, the American citizens are bad. But the guys they're training are also gonna wake up to what's going on. It's Caspar Weinberger. It's Henry Kissinger. I mean, Walt Whitman Rostow. Eugene Debs Rostow. What's going on here? These guys aren't even born in America. What's happening here? They're training mercenaries now to run, flip around, we'll kill on an order. Not killing because people are breaking into our homes, not killing because they're bad, but just we want to control this country. That's what George told me. It's political. The military, the Marine Corps is a political arm of a group that wants to run everything, control the drugs, sell the weapons, keep the weapons flow going. And this isn't what guys are going to sign up to do. Their heart's not in it. They're not going to even do it for the money. They'd rather die than have hit squads come after them, collection groups from Great Lakes. They have a group of Marines who goes out and collects guys who have gone to their psychiatrist and they're a little bit talking too much. They get rid of them. But they're not told why. They're just told they're enemies or they've done bad things. So they don't, it's kind of like they don't, so they won't have any guilt and culpability. They make it cold. Just get rid of this guy, okay? Okay, get a promotion, get a new car, get some stock. After my husband did what he did in Beirut, I found these stubs. He got all this stock. AT&T, major stock, just thousands of dollars worth of stock. And it was from a company that was like a quasi-government company, all on a sheet of paper. And of course it was big time stock. And that's how he was paid off. Stock.
And paid off for?
For doing criminal activities, selling weapons, going through Tel Aviv, the bank in Rome, selling the weapons illegally. The Israeli agents are the middlemen. And all the money's going to Israel. It really is the truth. Mm-hmm. The money, not just the money that is given to them free and clear, but all the black budget money that Meyer Lansky's group started back in the 40s has been growing and growing and growing. It's like a pyramid scheme. And the Jesuits, I've been told, are really controlled by this group now. I don't,
Now surely Ollie North is a good guy.
No, I think he was farmed. He was, but see, Ollie was involved in Vietnam with the JAGs, covering up a lot of the stuff that was going on. He was involved with a major case where there was a Marine, George told me about this. See, George was involved with a lot of the cover-ups of Marines who went crazy. Like, remember this, A Few Good Men, was it A Few Good Men? It was a movie about a Marine colonel. They murdered a guy from, Jack Nicholson played the colonel in this movie. Oh, yeah. You remember?
Yeah, he went on trial.
Yes.
And a
George
good guy
was the chief of
prosecuted.
staff who tried to cover this up. My husband.
The true story.
The true story. My husband was the guy who was covering this up. They were so arrogant. And it was the woman who was the JAG who got this thing going. It was not the Navy JAG, because he was going to cover it up. He was just a loose kind of guy. And if he had been the JAG, then it wouldn't have been prosecuted. But it was the woman who was working with him, because she was a woman, who got these other guys off. They were targeting these other guys. I mean, they would have put him in jail just for a little bit and, let him out. But the point is, this guy was murdered. And the colonel laughed it off. It was down there in Guantanamo Bay. And George was the chief. It was Al Gray. Al Gray. That was, just that one alone. And Lone Tree, they were involved with that. Because see, it's just so sick. I mean, they are so easy.
Let's break.
Okay.
I'll tell you. This has been a tremendous.
I'm going to let you take this home and read this letter. Or did you take the letter? You got the letter? Okay. Take this and put the letter in there, because you'll see the glasses in there. That's
okay.
Bless your heart for sitting through all this.
It just makes me
I'm sorry.
I couldn't stay down very long because I could hear a little bit.
But it's just